The movies. They allow us to dream. They fill us with longing. They teach us about ourselves. Today we'll take you to a set for a movie about the community of Grundy Center. It features a storyline that is typical for many rural Iowa towns and includes a starring cast of 2,706 community members who are working hard to preserve Grundy Center's proud past while desiring a promising future. Community members have gathered for entertainment at the town's Center Theater for more than 70 years. The theater is home to family outings, community fundraisers, childhood parties, and many first dates. And like the community itself, has watched time march on to the digital age. Today's movie doesn't show on the big screen, but in the hearts and minds of those who love Grundy Center and have a strong vision of its future possibilities. Lights, camera, action. We welcome you to our movie set and hope to entertain, inform, and demonstrate to you how a Grundy Center Main Street community can help preserve history and dreams of a prosperous and vital hometown. We firmly believe that we are prepared and ready to accept the responsibilities of the Main Street Iowa program and to demonstrate we first take you back to the future.
The future is what you make it. Take one.
Back to the Future best reflects Grundy Center's hope of what a Main Street program can bring to our community. In this 1985 movie, Michael J. Fox is Marty McFly, a young man who was accidentally sent 30 years into the past in a time-traveling car of the future. A strong and successful Grundy Center needs to incorporate what is most special and meaningful about our past, including our strong agricultural heritage, and create a blueprint for the future. Grundy Center's location in north-central Iowa, just 7 miles south of 4-lane U.S. Highway 20 and a short 25-minute drive from the larger communities of Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and Marshalltown, makes it ideal for those who desire a quiet and safe community to call home. The community has its own police force and a low rate of crime that ranked the town as Iowa's second safest city in 2014. It also is home to a hospital and 2 school buildings that educate kindergartners through high school seniors in the community. The county seat of Grundy County, Grundy Center enjoys a stable population that grew at a rate of 4% in the last census. The consistent population is partially fueled by Grundy Center graduates who return to their hometown after living elsewhere, drawn by a quality of life that is ideal for raising a family. Lynn Blythe graduated from the University of Iowa and lived in Waterloo along with her husband, when the birth of the couple's first child prompted them to explore what Grundy Center has to offer a young family.
My husband and I love the fact that Grundy Center is a very close-knit community with strong Christian values, and really, in my opinion, Grundy Center is not complacent about its future. I know active planning is underway to construct a larger preschool and child care facility. This facility has been a nonprofit organization in this community for more than 25 years. The YMCA is contemplating a building project. The hospital has also announced a building project that will add more space for clinics and other services. So I know the group of leaders that's pursuing the Main Street designation for our downtown retail district is working very hard. And these are all signs of growth and energy. And you know, while we enjoy visiting out of town larger cities, we really love the fact that we're raising our children in a town like Grundy Center.
Steady employment also contributes to the community's overall vitality. Grundy County is known worldwide for its rich soil, and the soil sustains an agricultural economy that provides 49% of the county's jobs. Local banker John Schuler has lived in Grundy Center more than 20 years and has an appreciation for the vitality that agriculture provides. He says that steady farm income sustains the community's well-being and has allowed the town to dream big when it comes to projects that impact quality of life.
Grundy County has some of the best farm ground in the state, in the country, and even in the world. And as the county seat, Grundy Center is certainly immersed within agriculture as well. And having such high quality ground, I think, gives us a lot of benefits, including a more stable productivity. We are consistently above the state and national averages for crop production, and I think that stability provides a good base for stability with the economy, with the local economy, and helps our area. The second thing that is really helpful that drives Grundy Center, I think, is the people. We have that farmers get it done mentality.
Schuler helped organize the effort for Grundy Center to be designated a Main Street community. He believes the town has a solid track record of saving what's important and accomplishing major projects to improve its quality of life, such as sustaining the Center Theater as a community-owned movie house for the past 29 years. Thanks to a community effort to purchase, restore, and operate the 75-year-old Center Theater, manager Mike Steinmeier says successive generations have enjoyed the movie at an affordable price in downtown Grundy Center. He says the theater, which was restored to its original Art Deco design, receives widespread support, including funds to purchase digital projectors when it became necessary.
The theater also is unique in that people can purchase memberships to the theater and they can receive more discounts on admission and attend movies for free on certain nights. We started the membership drive in 1997 and we utilize over 100 volunteers a year to phone people to go and get donations from their homes, and each year annually we're able to raise $12,000 for capital improvements to be done to the theater. That would be anything for quality of sound, picture, seating comfort, and also helping to maintain the historical structure of the theater.
Steinmeier says the theater has appealed to the community's sense of history, and today's residents appreciate not only the entertainment value, but the fact the theater brings people to town.
Again, we went out to the community and we made our need known, and really in no time we had the support from individuals and especially businesses that stepped in, saw the importance of the theater and the people that it drew into the community, and really stepped forward and gave for both screens, for all the equipment. It totaled about $150,000, and we were able to obtain that money in a short period of time and get everything switched over and never miss any business. So it's just remarkable the way the community has for 30 years now been there for the theater.
A few buildings that surround the Center Theater in the downtown Central Block are gradually undergoing restoration, even as much work remains to be done. A new generation of building owners is making an investment in the community, bringing a diverse mix of services to the 2015 version of downtown Grundy Center. When Back to the Future first entertained moviegoers in 1985, the mix of downtown businesses was anchored in retail, including 2 drugstores, a dime store, 2 furniture stores, a shoe store, and men's and women's clothing stores. Today, other types of businesses have emerged to maintain a downtown that is close to fully occupied at street level. Building owners are eager to fill their space with businesses that can't be duplicated via online or big box shopping, which are a threat to small-town retailers.
Well, we've been lifelong residents of Grundy Center, and we thought it was a good opportunity for rental income. The success has kept us occupied quite a bit, and we're quite fortunate to have a diverse tenant community right now. We've got a veterinarian's office, a personal investment advisor office, a laundromat, and a new fitness center being constructed, as you see here. And the personal investments that we put in and the city's business grant program has helped a lot to keep that going. We probably couldn't have done it without their help. And with the addition of the Main Street program to help Grundy Center, to open up more opportunities and businesses and rental property for people to live, houses and homes. We're hopeful that the change would benefit everybody in downtown, retail business, and it's good for all of us when all the buildings look nice and well kept.
Dave also has plans to restore the corner building's distinctive turret feature, which is a prominent landmark in historic photos of the community's downtown. The turret was removed by a previous building owner. He believes a Main Street program's emphasis on historic preservation would provide encouragement for building owners to recreate previous building features, rather than simply tearing them down. Across the street, Stephanie and Eric Larson purchased a furniture store that was going out of business, and Steph has added a variety of businesses to her original home accessories retail mix.
We have also added a florist business, the ability to sell wine, women's jewelry and scarves, some consignment items from local artists here in town. And this spring we also did prom dress consigning, and just to maintain activity and interest in town here. And then this spring we began serving lunches 3 days a week in response to a need for a tea room atmosphere downtown.
Steph says she's eager to try a variety of ideas to spark shoppers and lunchtime diners in her historic building. And she says a Main Street program could provide a much-needed boost to downtown business owners by providing a consistent marketing approach.
I believe that success comes from consistent and creative promotions. You need to keep at it to convince people to return and shop again. And I really hope Main Street program comes to Grundy Center because I know we could gain a lot from our downtown special events and organized promotions that make our district an exciting place to come and shop and entertainment.
Steph's latest creative effort fills the store most Thursday evenings with women who wish to create a painting to take home while they enjoy conversation and wine with friends. Her use of her space to cater to the changing demands of today's small-town residents is a good example of how today's downtown businesses are evolving with the times.
Grundy Center's productive farmland and consistent ag income, the town's location close to larger cities, its appeal to young families and a stable population base depict a successful community, much like the hometown in our movie Back to the Future. However, like any intriguing drama, present-day realities mean there are clouds on the horizon. Fueled by the black dirt that has sustained generations of farmers, deep pride and determination have made Grundy Center the community that it is today. Town leaders and community volunteers have demonstrated unique perseverance when it comes to accomplishing projects that enhance the community's quality of life. The 1986 movie Top Gun was set at the elite Naval Fighter School, where the best of the best train as Top Gun pilots. The popular movie was on the big screen when the Center Theater hosted its red carpet grand reopening in 1986. Like the elite Navy pilots in the movie, Grundy Center competes to be the best in its class of small Iowa towns. From its work to construct an attractive community center and city hall to efforts to provide the community with first-class education, recreation, and relaxation opportunities. Despite obstacles and setbacks, citizens regroup and work even harder, the same tactics that made Top Gun movie pilot Maverick the best of the best.
Cleared for takeoff. Take one.
Living the good life has been Grundy Center's slogan for a quarter of a century. And at first glance, it appears that citizens are doing just that. Homes are well kept, streets are clean, schools are modern, and a drive down Main Street gives the appearance of full storefronts. This attractive landscape didn't happen by accident. Former Mayor Mike Ralston, who was elected at the age of 18 and became the nation's youngest mayor at the time, recalls the drive and determination that Grundy Center residents show when they see an unmet need.
Grundy Center is a place like a lot of Iowa communities that looks great, has wonderful people, but it's really special. It's a place that always looks to the future. One of the things that is remarkable is how Grundy Center embraces youth and the future. I was elected mayor of this town when I was 18 years old and served 4 terms. The town accepted me. There was no thought that a young person couldn't be mayor. Everyone worked together. It was a lot of fun. One of the things that we worked on when I was mayor was something that Grundy Center always works on, and that is amenities, quality of life. This community is always leading the way when it comes to things like community centers, aquatic centers, recreational opportunities, things for families to do. And at that time, we needed a new community center. When I was elected, we spent a lot of time talking about that. Finally, there was a group of people that stepped forward and came up with a plan. In the end, I felt like that plan needed a little work, and that plan didn't move forward. It would have been easy for people in this community to say, oh my gosh, this young kid doesn't know what he's doing, and they may well have said that. But what they said to me was, let's work together and see if we can't get this done. The group came together again, came up with a different plan, and behind me is a building that's existed for 40 years and has been the scene of great community receptions, great community events, weddings, all kinds of things. It's meant a lot to this community. But what's remarkable about it is that it's only one thing that this community does well. I mentioned the other things. This beautiful community building is one thing, but the aquatic center, a beautiful hospital that serves people all over the county. There are things all over this community that make it a better place. What is most important, though, is the people and the way this community embraces people and embraces the future and embraces young people. It's a special place.
There have been times in recent years when Grundy Center suffered setbacks, but tenacity and a drive for excellence prevailed. Take the Grundy County Memorial Hospital, for example. Rural health care was in crisis mode across the country in the 1990s. community leaders encouraged the county to approve a financial subsidy that maintained operations. Today, the hospital that almost closed its doors is in a new facility, is the community's largest employer, and regularly wins national recognition for its high patient satisfaction rates and attention to quality and patient safety. The hospital's community outreach and volunteer coordinator, Erin Childroth, says the community support is outstanding.
The community support for this hospital means that we're once again looking at a building expansion to provide more space for our specialty clinics. It's truly wonderful to work for an organization that has such strong community support. Support from patients who choose to use this hospital, support from donors who have provided millions of dollars over the past decade, and support from countless volunteers.
When Grundy Center's swimming pool was showing signs of its age and needed to be replaced 8 years ago, city leaders planned a new pool. The bond issued to finance the pool was turned down twice by local voters, but the volunteer committee who planned the project was persistent. Young parents and senior citizens alike believed the children of this community deserved the best, and a compromise allowed a third bond issue to pass. A beautiful new pool was constructed, but the extra features such as a huge water slide and splash pad were financed with private fundraising. The aquatic center opened with a splash, drawing visitors from surrounding communities and delighting the young and the young at heart. Grundy Center has a tradition of striving for excellence, and now attention is turned to the community's downtown, which is showing its age. This is a result of several factors: the farm economy, less disposable income, competition from nearby metro shopping centers, and the Internet's virtual mall. Main Street Committee co-chair John Schuler details the current state of downtown.
And so one of the challenges is where do we come up with the dollars to keep these buildings as strong and high quality as they've been. In the central block behind me here, we've got a number of these buildings that could be sold within the next 6 to 12 months. And we really need to have a unified plan in place to help the existing business and building owners as well as the new owners and to be able to make that transition effectively. And we really need Main Street, Iowa to help us with that transition so that it's successful, it's done with quality, and done as best as we can for the good of the community as well as owners.
The downtown area's challenges go beyond initial appearances. A drive or walk through downtown shows that storefronts are full with a mix of retail and service sector businesses. However, 4 property owners in one key block are actively trying to sell their buildings. At least 7 downtown properties are currently for sale. A closer inspection of facades shows notable disrepair. While the city's Business Innovation Grant Program has provided significant dollars for storefront improvements, there is not a plan in place that develops a unified appearance or attractive streetscape. Commercial property is also for sale, as evidenced by empty manufacturing plants that once employed a few hundred people in the community. More people commute to jobs out of town today than remain in town for work, and that means Grundy Center needs to work even harder to sustain the quality of life factors that attract new residents. The most recent retail figures show significant leakage in many sectors of the local economy, from groceries to dining out to apparel. On a positive note, ag-based sales are strong. There's a potential for future retail efforts as demonstrated by figures that show Grundy Center leads nearby cities in per capita retail sales. A Grundy Center Main Street program could help slow the leakage with a focus on the sectors that a small community can best capture. Despite current realities, our community has worked to prepare for the Main Street program and its many benefits. Striving for excellence is part of living the good life in Grundy Center, where clouds on the horizon mean rainfall is on its way to help sustain the corn and bean fields that surround our town. We take you now to our third and final movie in Grundy Center's bid to become one of Iowa's new Main Street communities. Field of Dreams played on the Center Theater's screen in 1989. It inspired moviegoers with its classic story about a young man who seeks to restore a lost relationship with his father by building a baseball field in a cornfield. It's an Iowa favorite featuring the love of an all-American game, the efforts to restore past relationships, and the times and places that need to be remembered and preserved for the future. The theme of Field of Dreams can apply to a community as well. A community is never closer to its demise than when its citizens fail to remember what brought them to where they are today and fail to develop a plan to map where they want to go in the future. Our first movie, Back to the Future, demonstrates the strengths of Grundy Center's agricultural heritage and quality of life, and the importance of preserving our history. In our second movie, Top Gun, we spotlighted our community pride as well as the challenges of lost manufacturing jobs and a retail district that includes aging buildings without a comprehensive plan for renovation or restoration. Now it's time to look at what's in store for Grundy Center's Field of Dreams.
If you build it, they will come. Take one.
Within the last few years, Grundy Center began the process to shape its future by completing a strategic plan called Vision 2020. It was a partnership between the city, the Chamber of Commerce, and the Development Corporation, with the help of the University of Northern Iowa Institute for Decision Making. The work to create a Field of Dreams for Grundy Center took place with more than 30 community members examining present-day strengths and weaknesses while identifying opportunities for our community's future success. The various organizations involved in the planning process have worked on the goals identified in the project one by one. Modest goals, such as development of a 21st century city logo and new dynamic website, were checked off the list soon after the plan was complete in 2013. Goals in the area of health and wellness are receiving consistent attention from the Grundy County Memorial Hospital, Unity Point Health, the Grundy Family YMCA, and the community's Wellness Committee. Goals that focus on housing are being addressed by the Grundy Center Development Corporation, which is working to create senior living options in the community. The new nonprofit organization Creekside has already purchased land and is partnering with a senior living organization from Cedar Falls as well as the local hospital to develop a senior living community. In the area of culture and heritage, a local philanthropic group, the city's park board, and the Historical Society are partnering to transform the city's oldest park into a historic park. Presently the home of the historic Herbert Quick one-room schoolhouse, the park is slated to become much more, according to Mary Dope, who is president of the Historical Society.
Today, with the transformation of Orion Park, much the same effort by the community members will be needed. But the vision is great and we think it is right. The transformation of Orion Park will mean that we can have a park that will help to educate our children about their heritage, that we will have a park that will be a meeting place for education and learning for adults of all ages. The transformation of Orion Park will mean that we'll have a welcome center that will greet guests coming to Grundy Center, and they will provide information about tourists, activities, and events.
Doak says the culture and heritage goals align perfectly with Main Street's 4-point program, and that's not all. Vision 2020's goals in the areas of economic development and retail trade need the boost that a Grundy Center Main Street program can provide. For instance, the strategic plan includes the goal to attract more people to live in the upper-level apartments downtown. There are currently 46 downtown apartments, and the majority are rental units. But Main Street program resources can assist building owners in the gradual restoration of these properties to make the living spaces more desirable. Past planning and current partnerships are leading to progress in many of the Vision 2020 goals. A key goal, the economic development in an historic context that creates an attractive and vital downtown district, needs the outside resources of the Main Street program. We believe the expertise of a Main Street Iowa program can provide the resources and know-how to address our community's weaknesses and help achieve direction and focus in this area. The final, most important factor of a successful partnership is the people of Grundy Center, consistently coming together to support and move the community forward. The Main Street Committee has channeled this energy to gain support for our Main Street application. Grassroots partnerships must be cultivated to move Main Street forward once the community's application is approved. The creation of the Main Street Movers and Shakers will create a strong group of active partners in each of our 4 Main Street committees. Our plan is for annual memberships in Movers and Shakers to provide financial and volunteer support for the long term. Each community member has his or her own field of dreams. Parent Lynn Blythe says that her family appreciates the amenities that make Grundy Center seem bigger than it really is.
Both my husband and I grew up here, and after living in larger communities for several years, we were drawn back to Grundy Center by just the vitality and the progressiveness of the town. For the size of the town that Grundy Center is, there's really a lot to offer to families, whether it's through the active YMCA that has amazing children's programming, adult recreation and fitness, and before and after school care for our children. There's also the hospital that offers high quality care here in our community, which is very important to me with having small children, and also parents that are aging. So the access to that health care is very important to us as well.
Main Street Committee co-chair John Schuler says that his dream is for Grundy Center to continue to hold an allure for young families.
I've got memories from 20 years ago of walking downtown with my kids and to the bakery and taking them to the movie and doing all kinds of family activities. It's a wonderful family community. And my hope is that years from now, it will continue to be that family community, that I can take my grandkids or that my kids can take their kids to the bakery downtown on a Saturday morning or to the movie on a Friday or Saturday night as a family and catch the movie, to the swimming pool, that we continue to have a strong school system here that people want to go to and can go to from K through 12th grade, that we've got the continued excellent medical services and hospital and retirement community that's supposed to be built in this area behind me, so that I can stay here and enjoy the same community and the same family environment that we've enjoyed for the last 25 years.
Grundy Center Mayor Brian Burrows says the progress that the community has demonstrated over the past 25 years needs to continue with new energy and new focus on its downtown district. He says the city government is ready and willing to provide its citizens with more than just streets, water, and public safety, and intends to foster a truly dynamic living environment that's a 21st century hometown.
The Main Street Programs initiatives mesh perfectly into our desires for the downtown area. A city's duty is to provide solid infrastructure, water and sewer services, garbage pickup, but we work hard at being much more. Our municipal buildings, including City Hall, the Community Center, the library, the Aquatic Center, the Sports Complex, and the city parks are examples of the city's role in creating a very attractive and dynamic living environment for its citizens.
Today, we have shown you Grundy Center's potential, explained our planning, and the partnerships that are in place to demonstrate that Grundy Center is Main Street ready!
Grundy Center, living the good life. That's a wrap.